to play a league match here with Living End. As you can see, I'm playing very well so far in this league. This is a friendly league because I'm still screwing around, figuring out how to record things, and friendly leagues are cheaper. You do see more janky decks in friendly leagues though, as I've learned. You don't really see a lot of tier 1 meta. Here's the deck we're playing. And we've got a match. Yes, I'd like to play first. Okay, this is my fourth attempt to do this. Hopefully it works and we can keep this video. This is a pretty good hand here. It's got everything we need, except a Force of Negation or Subtlety. I'm just going to play the UWR because I don't know how much our life total matters yet. We'll know by the end of this turn, hopefully. Alright, Arena of Glory. This is either energy or some sort of Hollow One deck. Either way, our life total matters quite a bit. However, I don't have 3 lands yet, so... And OBS is making me run slow. May have to turn the settings down. And we're just going to play tapped land and pass the turn. Reckless Impulse. Okay, this is, I guess, Storm. Either way, let's just Force Cycle now, I guess. And our life total doesn't matter. He's either going to Storm us or he's not. We're punished there for not using Waker of Waves instead. However, you don't know what you don't know. Maybe I could have assumed this was Storm, but I've seen a lot of energy play this Arena of Glory, and I've also seen some Burning Inquiry decks play it. So we could just be dead here, it's very likely, and unfortunately I don't have Duranic Magistrate in my sideboard right now. I haven't faced a lot of Storm yet. There's Ral. If he has a Ritual here, yeah, we're in bad shape. If he gives us another turn, we could Waker into Force and potentially get somewhere. However, it's not looking like we're going to have another turn. A little bit sad that this is the first matchup I stream because I don't have much of a sideboard for it. I'm more of an anti-Belcher and anti-blue deck sideboard right now. I'm just letting him have fun at this point. The game's pretty much out of hand. He would have to screw up to lose from here. You should just be able to grape shot me. Yeah, he's got enough rituals. Alright, I've seen enough. He knows what to do. Fairy doesn't do anything. I'm going to bring in Leyline of Sanctity to force him into goblins. I don't need all these Living Ends. Actually, I don't need Commandeer more than I don't need Living End. Endurance is quite good. I don't really want Lockdown to get. I mean, do I want Lockdown to get goblins? I guess. Subtlety's not that good. Put this up here with the white cards. Yeah, I guess. Keep. If he tries to goblin me out, we can force him to goblin us. We can exile his graveyard. And if he goes for goblins, we can lock down. So this hand's pretty good. I think this is historically like one of the worst matchups for Living End, like ever. I already have one of those. I don't need another one. If they screw up, sometimes you can kneecap them with Force of Negation. You can get them to burn some cards. And then force just the right thing to make their turn fizzle out. The only way playing a tapped land there hurts us is if we draw Generous Int. But I want to keep this blue card in my hand as long as possible. So I wanted to have Force available this turn. And this is what I'm talking about. We might be able to get him here. But we can't force that. So this would put him up to 3 mana. And then... So if he goes up to 3 mana... He can resolve and then resolve again. Maybe I should have exiled... No, I shouldn't have exiled my Shardless there because I have Endurance also. And then if I have a land here, I can lock down the Row. Regardless of if it flips or not. We did get 2 rituals out of him there. Land. That could be a land. That is a land. Let's just get Ral out of here. We can Endurance later and get more value out of it. And this forces him to spend 2 mana before he can go off again with another Row. Nice. And he misses. He can't cast the Silence. So I want him to cast the Flage next turn, which is probably what he'll do. It'll die. And then if he tries any shenanigans with Silence, we can just Endurance in response. So, and then if he does nothing, we still Endurance. I didn't Shardless there because he would just Flage and then I'd lose my agent. So either way, I end up with 3-4. Yeah. Ouch. on his end step. Well, actually, we can't. Never mind. I was anticipating doing something I can't do. But new plan. Agent here, if he tries to do anything funny, we exile his graveyard. And the Flage can't kill anything, so all he can do is hit me with it. I was mistaken last turn. He couldn't Flage and then kill my Charlotte's Agent. What a dummy I was. Now we're pretty protected here. If he starts filling his graveyard with stuff like Manamorphose, then so that puts him to 5, but this costs him blue, blue, white, white, so he can't escape it this turn. One Wish Silence, that's not very good. His Reckless Impulses have not been very good this game. Yeah, whatever. Now he's out of things to do. And now I don't need to hold up pitch endurance. Not the best card in this situation. Just bin that in case I have to, I guess, Emergency Living End. I'd rather use Endurance to make his graveyard go away in response to a Past in Flames, or in response to a Silence. How big is my graveyard now? I got Curator Ent. It's not as good as my board. And I'm not thinking about sacking the food. I am probably going to Endurance this turn. Well, let's kill his graveyard. He can make a bunch of mana, but all he can do with it is Wish for a non-lethal Grape Shot. We don't know what's in his hand. I guess I should make these bigger. This is his exile zone for the turn. Okay, no more spells for me this turn. So he can ritual, wish up to 5 mana, 6 mana. And he can wish and then Ensnaring Bridge. That wouldn't do it because I have press. Morphos is a card I was worried about. Some of his lines to win, I think all of his lines to win involve Morphos. Yeah, so he can go up to 6 mana. Interestingly enough, he did not make blue. He's all in on red in his Jeskai Storm deck. Storm counter 5. Oh. We're F6. This temporary lockdown put in a lot of work. Will it be enough? I don't know. None of our creatures have flying, unfortunately. And he can't Past in Flames. And he can't empty either. He doesn't have enough mana. I'm a little bit scatterbrained right now. It's late at night and this is my first time trying to record Magic. I don't see an out for him. I think he's coming to that conclusion as well. He's doing something. He has bounced my Ent, which we are 1 mana from hard casting. However, I like that better than hard casting the Ent. I should have enough interaction to win the game here. I'm just going to leave it up. He has 2 cards in hand. Yeah, nothing in exile. So, I mean, what do we want here? He can do all of his combo at sorcery speed, so we don't want to fairy. Don't want any of this stuff. The Seiju does nothing. I think it's too slow. No changes. On to game 3. This hand is okay. I'd like a little bit more interaction, but I'm going to keep it on the Power of Endurance. And I'm going to trust in this Waker of Waves to do some heavy lifting here. That was not a good draw. I'm not going to F6 because I want it to look like I have force. I want him to think about his plays, even though I'm just a defenseless toddler. I'm a sitting duck at the moment. My only trick right now is endurance. Ugh. Oh, that's really bad. That's actually a castable card, so. Not what I would call on time, but. So what I'm going to do now is get a white land. Green. And I'm going to dig for a force. Actually, I don't know what I'm digging for. I'm just digging. If I find force, would I take it? Oh. We know we don't want that. Okay, hopefully he goes all in on the graveyard. Haste and Prowess. That's on the list of cards we can beat. I mean, he could theoretically 17 us this turn, but I am skeptical. All right, we did it. I'm actually going to exile Charlotte's Agent because I want the Sky Turtle. This might save us. He could start doing something with the Rouse some turn, and then although, I mean, he could still cast a Ritual from here. And then all right, so we've countered the Past in Flames, but it is in his graveyard, and he does have the Ritual. He's a good player. He hang on to it, kind of like how we hang on to Street Wraiths until after our graveyard gets exiled. All right, he's got a Ritual. What are you going to do? He's just casting it for prowess. He's out of cards, but he has Ral, darn it. He killed his Ral. Okay. No arguments here. That's a good one. That might actually get him up. Because all he has to do now is Grape Shot and then attack us. What else can he do? What does Ral do? So he used the -8. Top 8 cards library. He cast instant sorcery, so he can't replay more Rals or Ruby Medallions. Alright, so I think he's just doing this for damage. He could Flood Maw this and then play again for prowess. Does he have it now? All he has is Silence, Pass. I don't think this card's how you want to beat Living End. Yeah. Puts Gigantha in his hand. He could cast Silence here for another damage. He has Gigantha in his hand. Gosh, this is a bad match to record. I'm gonna have to edit this. I think he's trying to decide if he should cast the Silence for extra damage. Where? Oh, was that something he did from, No, that wouldn't have been... Is he just figuring out how to grape shot me? I can't remember. Does he have a card left from Wish or not? It's not in the effects. If he had a card left from Wish, he can grape shot me for the win. Is he just trying to figure out how to do it? No, he's just doing that for prowess. He's going to put me to 5. So if I search for a shock land, Lightning Bolt kills me. So I'm just going to play Island. Say goodbye to his graveyard. And then, if he's smart, he'll bolt me. If he has it. But, I mean, how on earth would he know I have Leyline of Sanctity in my hand? Does he just go bolt here and win the game? Okay, you have 3 mana. I can't do anything about it. No, he's 4 mana. My mistake. He can empty here. In which case, we're kind of boned. Actually, no, empty doesn't do anything. The creatures would be -1/-0. Just like Ral doesn't have any power right now, because it's a 1/3. 0/3. None of these games have gone past turn 4, and our opponent has 5 minutes left. Maybe the last game did, I can't remember. Flame of Anor. Okay. And he kept it on top. We're going to go get a white land. Yes, pay 2 life. And he's already used a bunch of wishes, so Flood Mine, this becomes difficult. So he can't kill me with creatures unless he gets rid of the Waker, which he would need to use Flood Maw for. In order to empty us, he needs to bounce Waker. In order to damage us, he needs to bounce Leyline. I guess he has the choice. I guess into the Flood Maul would hit both. Nope, into the Flood Maul only hits creatures. So, I don't think he can win this turn through a Leyline. Unless he has Sink into Stupor. Or a similar spell for Leyline of Sanctity. I mean, he can't really cast that many more spells. He might kill himself. I think killing yourself with Ral is like ordering the charged lemonade from Panera. Let's cycle this. I'm going to put it here because he has more incentive to bounce this Waker of Waves. I don't think he can play flash blockers. There we go. There's a Force of Negation. Should have played a land there. Yeah, not playing a land there was a colossal failure, but we win anyway. Okay, so there it is. My first recorded game, match even, and we get a win.